Hello and welcome, I'm Tyler. I want to give you all of the information I think you need to make an informed decision of whether you should go the route of an OTG goggle versus a prescription insert. Little spoiler alert, I am a huge fan of the prescription insert, so I am prescription insert team all day long. I'm still going to try to be as unbiased as I can, give them both a fair shake. I want to let you know what it is to have an OTG goggle, what to expect, why pick one over the other. Hopefully I achieve this without too much distaste for the OTG route, but we'll see. Let's get into it. So first, what can you expect out of an OTG? What makes an OTG goggle an OTG goggle? By the way, OTG stands for over the glass. You probably knew that already, but here we are, which means that you have to put your glasses inside the goggle. How can the goggle accommodate that? There are two methods, at least that I am familiar with. There's one that is going to be a cutout in the actual foam itself, which I think is the superior of the two. There are some downsides to it, but in terms of comfort and in terms of proper fit, I think the cutout in the foam is superior. And so like you get here in the Spy Legacy, I think that it fits a little better. Not only is this a gigantic goggle, so it's going to accommodate a wider range of eyewear designs, but also thanks to that actual foam cutout. The other approach is something that you'll see like here in the brand new 100% Norg, is a cutout in the goggle frame itself. So you have a cutout on the back side of the foam, and what that does is it allows your frame temples to compress the foam a little bit more to accommodate your glasses. The downside to that is that, and the reason that it's not the superior design in my opinion, is that it also depresses the entirety of the foam, or potentially, again, depending on your eyeglass design or temple design, and that can create an opening in the foam, which can cause issues. You want your foam to be pretty well sealed to your face. And so those are the two approaches that you're going to find in an OTG goggle and how that works, how it's able to accommodate your glasses. Why might you want to pick this then? You might want to pick this. I think really the primary, if not only reason that you'd want to go this route is because then you don't have to buy anything else. You already have your glasses. You can just grab a pair of goggles and then throw them over your glasses and you're good to go. There are some downsides to this, and so I want to talk about the insert a little bit. We here at SporterX design and manufacture these inserts. What does that mean? Why does that matter? Not only are we snow enthusiasts, skiers, snowboarders, but we're also opticians. So we design and manufacture these not only for an optimal fit inside the goggle, for an optimal viewing area, what I call lens real estate, but also to be as optically precise as possible. We're opticians. Optical clarity is of the utmost importance to us. I want to get into these goggles a little bit, show you what it looks like when you jam your glasses in the goggle, and then also show you what it looks like with an insert. Like I've mentioned a couple of times, your eyewear design matters. I like big, bold glasses. Typically, that creates more problems when it comes to your selection in OTG goggles. So I also have a nice small pair of glasses that I wear a little less frequently that I can show to kind of contrast. You might be a smaller eyewear type of person, and so I want to give it a fair shake, like I mentioned in the beginning. So again, with the Legacy gigantic goggle, this is the only goggle on the table that has that cutout, like I mentioned, in the actual foam, but it's also the only one that accommodates these glasses okay. It's still not amazing, but you'll see it's still kind of a frustrating struggle to get the glasses inside the goggle. I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that Locksteady 2.0 interchange design to pop this lens off, and you can see how it's fitting on my face. The thing I notice first and foremost is I notice my glasses way more when the goggles are on. It's pushing it more toward my face. It feels, I feel them. I feel them way more. It's not super comfortable. Optically, it's fine, I suppose, but it's pushing me here in my bridge, the top of my bridge. It's also, I'm feeling it more on my nose. I don't know how well you can see this. It's not compressing my temples too terribly much, but again, it's because it's a gigantic goggle and it has those cutouts like I mentioned. And so to give it a fair shake, again, let's put a smaller pair of glasses on and you can see how these look. So obviously better, more comfortable, not as noticeable the glasses on my face, that is, but I still notice them. It's not pressing my temples too terribly much, but I notice the nose pads a little bit more. It's not pressing it against my face too terribly much. Again, though, it's a gigantic goggle. If we go into, let's say, my favorite pair of goggles, which is the Anon M4, incredible goggle. And since I already have these glasses on, I'll put these on first. And this is the notch cut out in the actual goggle frame. So not the notch cut out in the foam. This guy is the only one that offers that option. They're okay. They are pushing more against my nose. Again, thanks to that magnetic interchange design. You can see, hopefully, I can definitely feel this a lot more on the top of my bridge than with the larger Legacy here. And it's still okay. I could live with this for a day, but this is not an ideal scenario, at least not for me. Not now that I've seen this, I've seen the light in the prescription inserts. And so I'm going to put my Sporter X Codas back on and show you how not comfortable this is. Oh, you really have to push it. And it's really, I think, displacing that foam and probably not awesome for the goggle. But as you can see, it's on my face. Again, it's pressing it on my nose considerably. Not super comfortable, not the way I would like to spend an entire day. I think the best thing you can say about any piece of eyewear is that you can put them on and you can forget about them. They're not there to be fussed with. They're supposed to be there just to help you. And you can see, actually, look at that foam. So you can see how much it's compressing that foam, how much of an opening that'll allow weather in and create a lot of issues. So let me talk to you about my preferred solution here, and that is obviously the prescription insert. And I say this after riding these inserts now for 5, maybe 6 seasons. It's just a much more elegant solution. I have a huge amount of lens, as you can see here. The insert fits inside of it beautifully. It doesn't go anywhere. It's not going to fall out. It's not going to move. I have a ton of lens. The other benefit that I would love to call out is the bane of any goggle wearer's experience, which is fogging. So goggles are designed to minimize fogging, and one way they do that is with an anti-fog coating on the back side of the lens. Another way is with doing a dual pane lens, which helps to separate the temperature from inside the goggle versus outside the goggle. But also they have ventilation all around the goggle, especially in the M4 here, where they have ventilation around the entirety of the goggle, which is a really cool design. But if you notice where the insert sits, it's sitting inside that venting channel, taking maximum advantage of that ventilation to minimize fogging on the inserts. Beyond that, it also is an option for you to get an anti-fog coating on the prescription lenses in the insert. In my experience, most people do not have an anti-fog coating on their everyday eyeglasses, but also they're pressed way closer to your face. There is a chance that they're going to fog up way more than they even normally would because they're jammed so hard on your face. If you're a contact lens wearer, by the way, and it's not something that frustrates you every time you ride with them because they dry out, they get uncomfortable, they shorten your day on the mountain. If that's not you, they work fine. More power to you. Keep doing that. That's awesome. But if you're like me, contacts don't work. You wear eyeglasses all day long. The insert is awesome. It works exceptionally well. You don't have to look for an OTG compatible goggle. You can get really any goggle that we sell, just about probably any goggle that's on the market in general. If we haven't already figured it out what the insert is for, we can figure it out. So just let us know. We would love to help you. And now that you know everything that you need to know, I think that you need to know about inserts versus OTG goggles, check out our top picks in goggles this season. Also, like and subscribe. If you did like this, we would like you to be a part of the family. We have lots more content like this. A like would help us. Also, we have great content on our social media outlet that I think you should check out, which I think, again, you'll like. Thank you for watching.